To make a speech kind of the way your father has been known to make a locker room speech or two. Are you prepared for that if Steven makes you do it?
I feel like if it comes down to it, if it's my time, then I'll step to the occasion. So.
Have you studied the tapes? Have you studied the tapes of your dad, like of his speeches and things like that?
I don't really go on YouTube as I watch some of that stuff. I mean, I get it at home all the time.
Is it a natural born talent though for you? Do you notice at all? Like, did you do that with your high school team a lot? Where you stood out there?
I feel like certain things are required of the leader. I wouldn't say that it's not fair, but I would say that when you do excel, especially on the high school level, when you do excel, people are going to look up to you, whether you want them to or not. So, I mean, the number one thing you have to do is just you have to lead them.
Chicolo's third generation here. Greg Olson's brother's here. Al Golden's nephew is one of the wideouts in this team. Why are there so many family affairs here, do you think? Why is it that when one member of your family comes to this place, it just seems logical for another generation to come here?
I'm not sure. I feel like it was a great coincidence. I never really thought about it until like it actually happened, until they actually came here. But I mean, I feel like we capitalized and play off of it.
What's it, you may have already been asked, but what's it been like for you to come to the U and feel the presence of your father, you know, his pictures on the walls and things like that? What's that been like for you?
Like you said, like you mentioned earlier, I mean, coming into the locker room and looking at some of the greats that have been here and then looking at a quote from your father on the wall, it definitely does kind of take a toll on you, more in a positive way, and it actually gives me motivation to work harder. I mean, one day I'd like to be on that wall. So, I mean, but like I said, expectations, anything like that, I never let that get to me.
What have you found here? I mean, has it been harder than you expected, easier, about the same?
When I came in, number one thing I tried to not do was expect anything. I wanted just to come in, just to work hard every day in practice, work hard every day in 7-on-7s, and just whatever happens, happens. The outcome's going to take care of itself.
And how's it been going for you?
I'll say it's been going pretty good. Like I said, I got acclimated to the system. I'm starting to learn my playbook and stuff like that. I'm really just trying to become a student of the game.
Should we expect to see your dad around this year?
Definitely. Now that he does have time off, he does have a break, I feel like he'll be around a lot more.
Yeah, definitely game day, I assume, but do you think his presence will be known? Will he kind of like stay back to leave you your space?
Oh, definitely. I don't feel like he's going to be harassed or anything like that. He's definitely going to stay back, but he'll give me pointers when there.
Now, you had plenty of options on where you could have gone. You chose the U. What do you think your dad would have said had you chosen some other university?
My father and my mother, they were both very supportive for my decision. They both, I mean, obviously this is the alma mater, so they did love the fact that I came here. But number one thing they always did, they wanted me to take more visits. They wanted me to go experience different things, so I had something to compare it to. It was always just straight Miami ever since I was born. My mother went to Miami, my father went to Miami, other people in my family went to Miami. So I mean, it was always really Miami driven. So they always wanted me to get something to compare it to. But anywhere I chose, they were always going to support me.
You know, I asked Kevin Olson what it's like. He grew up here on some of these fields every now and then, and did you ever come here when you were younger?
I did.
And what's it like now being old, or what's your perspective and looking back?
It's funny you said that. The other day I was walking, you know, freshmen, we don't really have those cars, so we got to walk back to our dorms. But I was walking back thinking about that the other day, and it is very funny how fast things go and how things switch. Because I remember coming here with my brothers, coming here with my mom. My mom was showing me the dorm they were in, all that kind of stuff, and now I'm actually there. So I mean, now I'm just trying to take full advantage of the situation.
When you were how old?
I think I was about 7 or 8, and then ever since then it was just occasional trips back down here.
What's the best thing about, you know, being here, being a Cane?
The best thing about being a Cane is I feel like probably the brotherhood that we have on the football team, and I feel like how we're going to shock people this year and for our schedule.
And what about being, you know, kind of famous already, really without having done anything? You know, being a freshman. What's that? I guess you're used to that, but what's that like?
I wouldn't call it famous. I mean, I do get a lot of attention just because of what my dad did. But I mean, like I said, if I let that get to me, I don't feel like I'll be the player that I am right now. I never let any of that stuff get to me. When I'm on the football field, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many people already know me. It matters about what I'm going to do in that next play.
You're getting your first look at corner. How's that going for you?
I feel like the switch at the very beginning, it was very tough. I mean, coming from the offense side of the ball to guarding Division I receivers, it was not easy. I'm starting to get the hang of it now. The biggest thing about it was technique. That was the biggest thing about it. Now I'm starting to get the technique down. People like Tracy Howard, he's been mentoring me tremendously. We go out there during some Saturdays and some Sundays, just get a little extra work in. The entire DB staff has been helping me a lot, though. But that's just one person that has really been helping me through it.
Did that catch you by surprise, or did you expect to start there?
Coach Golden, when we were first started the recruiting process, he already asked me. He talked to me about what I wanted to play, where he feels like I should play, or wherever he feels like I could help the team. And he asked me, where would you like to play when I came here? And it was wherever I could help the team.
When was the last time and I'm sorry if they asked this, when Dad was here, and when's he coming next?
The last time he was here a couple weeks ago for 7-on-7, because camp just started. We were over the summer session of our second summer session, and during that he came for some 7-on-7s and different things like that, just to come check it out, just give me a couple pointers and things like that.
Does it give him goosebumps? Did he talk to you about it? What it's like for him being back?
I mean, for him, I know it was a very incredible moment just to come back to the same exact field that he played on, the same exact place that he grew up, where he transitioned into manhood, to watch his son growing up there. So, I mean, he always talks about that, but, I mean, like I said, it's all fun.
You got his quote on the locker room, pretty darn big, right? He's in there in the locker room. Have you seen that? His
yeah. It was when we already been talking about it. Like I said, when I first walk in the locker room, I do get to see that quote on there. And like I said, it's a bit weird at times, but then again, it's also motivation.
Does it stink to be in college and not be able to get away from your dad for 5 minutes?
No, it's great.
Is this year a learning year for you, or do you expect to get on the field?
As of right now, out of the way the camp's going, I mean, they do throw me in at times. They throw me in a little bit with the 2s, throw me in a little bit with the 3s. But like I said, as of right now, I'm learning. And if it comes down to because I kind of hit that red shirt, and if it comes down to that, I have no problem doing that. The number one thing is I'm not trying to rush anything. My time is going to come. My opportunity is presented. I'm going to take full advantage of it. If I do